Hello and welcome to Vlogmas day 18. I'm up, I'm about. I have finished the mitten. I shall show you the first of this pair of mitts, which I think are going to go to my grandma. Is done. It needs a block so that it's not so bumpy at the top. Here where I face out the screen. Here where the cables end, just so we can get a bit more of a flat edge where that kitchen stitch is. But it's the first of the Snowdrift. Is it Snowdrift? I can't remember. Mitts by Wool and Pine Designs. Has a plain, what's going on with my focus? Palm, and then cabled with a little bit of moss stitch in the middle there. Ooh, our focus is awful. There we go. And I love it. I think it's the Eeyore colourway. I think I said that already. From Giddy Yarns, and it's gorgeous. So one is done and I need to cast on the second one today. I have got some yarn dyeing for the Doctor Who collection, which will launch at Waltham Abbey, and I will start after Advent sharing on the grid. So there is yarn dyeing for that, there is yarn soaking for that, there is yarn twisted up that is finished for that. I can't believe it. But I just had a knock on the door and it's Sunday today, so I didn't expect any post. But I got this through Royal Mail, so they are obviously trying to catch up with all of their deliveries by doing Sunday deliveries. So Chris has taken the kids to the shops to do some last minute Christmas shopping for my Christmas stocking. So me and Chris don't buy each other presents as such, but we buy each other a stocking which usually just has little bits in and useful things and stuff like that. And the kids know that Father Christmas, well, the way we've told, if there's any little ears in the room, close the ears. Maybe pause it here. So our children believe that Father Christmas, and obviously Father Christmas is quite a mystery, but they know that Mummy and Daddy work very hard to be able to afford presents for them. And for us, Father Christmas takes those presents that we buy and the elves wrap them up and bring them back if they've been good and they're on the nice list. I'm going to put a warning in the listing for this video. And so they know that they do that for the children, but they know that there are millions and millions of children in the world, and Father Christmas, you know, he's under pressure, man. Adults are treated a little differently. So me and Chris with the children will buy each other stocking presents, wrap them up, and then we all do stockings on Christmas morning in bed before we come down and do the kids' other presents. So that's what they're out buying. My stocking presents isn't that nice. Me and the kids will finish up Chris's this week. Anyway, I've had a parcel and it's very exciting. It is from Hannah of the Corner of Craft. Hannah had one of her advents go a little missing in the post for a little while there, and it was returned to her, and she put in a group, I have had my returned advent come back, does anybody want it? And I had been seeing people opening it and thinking, I want that one, I'm really sad. This one and Castleview Yarns were the two that I have felt the most like I've missed out this year. But especially because Hannah's yarn is all dyed inspired by D&D and Critical Role and all the awesomeness around that, I just desperately wanted to have this one. And when she put up that she now had a spare, I was like, me, jumped on it as quick as I could. So it's now come, so excuse the crinkling. In fact, I might turn the volume down here so that you don't have to hear all the crinkling. So it all comes in quite a crinkly bag, so I think I'm going to open it all now. I was going to pace myself over the last few days of Advent, let myself have like three a day or anything like that. And there's a day 25 skein in here as well, very spoilt. And look at this paper, honestly, this is the best. Don't focus on me, focus on the package. Look at that paper for day 25. So I'm just going to tip it all out and open days 1 to 18 now. And then I think I will tuck the rest of them, I'll find a basket. I'll find a basket or something that I can tuck them into and pop them on the shelf with the rest of the advents. I'm very excited. Would you like to open them with me? Sorry for the crinkling. I am getting rid of the bag, the crinkly bag now. So, the day 25 is staying in the amazing, amazing paper. Look at that. Ooh, it's all gone wrong. So that's day 25, day 24, day 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. So I'll put all that to one side down here, and then I have all of the rest of the days over here so that I can open them all. And I will grab myself in a minute a bit of string so that I can put them all onto a thread like I did with my others, because I will enjoy being able to see them. In which case, actually, where is the string? Should it go back into one of the many, many kitchen cupboards of doom? No, I can't spot it. I'm going to use a bit of this eel yarn. I should have enough. There you go, Helen, sorry. It will get used at some point. When I've used that advent, it'll get tucked into my scraps thing, where I stack all my little tiny scraps for being threads of stuff. So I've got a bit of eel, and just put it there. Day 1. So get ready for all the crinkling, guys, while I do days 1 to 18 of the corner of craft. But Hannah's yarn is called, I'll put it on the screen. What's wrong with me? So, because this video is already ridiculously long, but day 1, get my head off the screen. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. This is too much for my hands to handle. Let's just do a sort of weird, oh, that's like a lion's mane. Someone needs to make a gnome. You know all the gnomes that people like making? Someone needs to make a gnome with mini skeins for the beard. Oh, I've lost the plot a little. Okay, it's sharing my advent box with my advent swap with my friend, because these aren't yarn, so I won't mix them up at all. Not that I probably would, but. So the rest of them are in there, the colourway names are there, and then I have just at the moment attached the rest of the advent to the outside, because there's not a lot of space in there. But once we get through the next couple of days of this advent, there's 2 very big parcels in there that will make that a lot smaller. Yay! I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I'm going to the retail park. Basically, Chris and I ordered a load of stuff on Argos for presents for the nieces and nephews. I've got no makeup on today and I look really scary. And this is my only opportunity to go and get it without the children. And I'm being really brave, and I'm going in Chris's car, which is a whole lot nicer than mine, into a very, very crazy car park. Wish me luck. That was crazy. I barely filmed again. I don't really think I did film. That was mental. Apart from a really funny man who shouted at me, knock knock, and did a joke. We had a great time. Other than that, that was mental. There were so many people in not a very big retail park. But the shop's shut in 10 minutes. I've only been in there an hour. The car's full of stuff. And I think, I might be done with Christmas. Christmas shop? No, I'm not quite. But I think this might be my proper... I've got to pick one more thing up from Argos when it comes in. And I need to find one more thing for one person. And then Christmas is done. Dun dun dun! It is 20 to 1 in the morning and everyone is asleep apart from me. I stayed up and wrapped all of the presents for people who do not live in this house that we currently have. We're still waiting on a few other little bits. Then I finished dyeing some yarn, and then I washed some yarn, then I spun some yarn, and I put some yarn back in, and I've hung it in my dry buddy to dry. but while I was spinning some yarn, I thought that I might switch to some Christmas project bags because the blanket was outgrowing this one and I have others and I wasn't using them. So I took my Advent blanket out of this bag from Gem of the Little Grey Girl. This was my 12 Days of Christmas in July bag from this year. And I love it. And actually it means I now need to take these tags off here as well. My Advent blanket tags. Because it has been relocated into this gorgeous So Can Jo bag. And funnily enough, this bag was the 12 Days of Christmas in July bag for the collaboration for last year, for 2021. So I'm using both of my collaboration bags. So the Advent blanket has gone into here and I need to put my Advent and my blanket tags onto here. And then my mittens are in here and I have cast on the second one but I haven't done tons of it. And then I have grabbed this bag. For some reason I think this might be a Woolly Goodness bag. It has a little sheepy that I think is her sheepy. It's not focusing, but I think I remember buying this from her website last year, maybe it was the year before, but it has nutcrackers on, and this is going to be for my Christmas Eve cast on, or cast ons, because I've got a feeling that I might end up cracking and making more than one, but this is going to be for that. And then while I was out there I found this bag that I was gifted by a friend a couple of years ago, and it is a Down Sheepy Lane bag and it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it's amazing. And because I am currently reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory every day to Ellie, I thought it'd be perfect for something for Ellie. Basically I saw it on the shelf full of project bags, and many of the project bags have projects in them, and this one was full, so I pulled it down and thought, well, I'll just pull out whatever's inside it. But then this is what I found: some self-stripe and a couple of minis. So this is the remainder of the socks. I knit a pair of socks for, this is Dragon Hill Studios, and I knit a pair of socks for myself, and I think I had a pink mini as well, and I did different heels, toes and cuffs for myself. And I don't think I made a pair for Ellie, but I might have done when she was little, but I don't think I did. But I was just thinking earlier today that I would love to make her some more socks, but ones without heels, so she can get loads of use out of them as her feet grow. Just make her some tube socks. And I've been thinking it only today, and then to grab the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory bag when we are reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then for it to have yarn in that is perfect for socks for Ellie. I felt like it was a sign. Anyway, then I couldn't find a needle, and I couldn't find any projects with needles. I use a 2.25mm, and I love Chowgoos. I love Chowgoos. The only ones that are really great on me are Knit Pro Zings for a 2.25, because there's too much of a lump between where the cable joins the needle. But Chowgoo 2.25mm on an 80cm cable length for Magic Loop are my favourite, and I must have bought 15-20 of them over the years. And one, I went through the entire garage room and I found one when I came back in the house. There is not a single one in the garage, and there's barely any knitting in the house because I've shoved it all out in the garage. That's not true, there's a lot of knitting in the house. I can see at least 5 projects from here. I'm a liar. I'm an awful liar, but I know there's none of these in the house. So they just disappear. I need to buy some more. So I have the one pair of sock needles I could find, which sucks because I really want to cast on socks for Christmas Eve as well, but I don't think I'm going to have a needle. I'll go on a dig. I went on Amazon to see if I could order one in time, but they're way after Christmas. Way after Christmas. So, even though it's bedtime and I really want to go to bed, I might have a little guesstimate of what Ellie's
sock cast on number of stitches should be, and I might cast on a sock instead of finishing the bit that I need to finish.